I'm very excited about this. As a GP, I would say 90% of the workload that we do is always going to come down to sleep as well. And actually, the London School of Economics did a really great study not too far ago, which showed that if we actually sorted out a quarter of sleep issues in the NHS, we would save 1.3 billion in the NHS. Yes. And get this, if you have good sleep and you sleep well, you add 4 years to your life. So it's a longevity exercise. So we always think about exercise and good nutrition, but sleep is such an important component to that. So this study obviously got me very excited. And what this showed is that they looked at 2,000 odd participants and they tracked what they were eating and drinking and doing. And they found that if you stop caffeine by 2 o'clock, then actually that's really good. So you need a 7-hour window of no caffeine before bedtime and about 3 to 4 hour window before going to sleep for alcohol. And it's this whole idea of sleep hygiene. What you're trying to do is wind down, come off your screens, really think about sleep as a winding down exercise as you're getting there. So you like your coffee about when?
I like it first thing in the morning and really strong.
Throughout the day?
No, I'll have it in the morning, but I won't have it in the afternoon, actually, because I'm a terrible sleeper anyway, so I would only need a little cup of coffee and that would be me awake all night.
I think I process caffeine quite easily, so I can drink coffee till late afternoon. After dinner, and
I can't.
I find people who like really weird who can have it right before bed.
That's fair.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said
that. No, that's fair.
Weirdo. The reason is because caffeine it's a similar shaped molecule to adenosine. So adenosine is this hormone that we build up throughout the day, which actually gets us ready for sleep because we live in a circadian rhythm.
Yes.
Right.
And so as this adenosine is building up, what caffeine does is so clever, it mimics that same molecule, gets into all those slots like a puzzle. And so, therefore, your brain doesn't feel that it's sleepy anymore. Hence why actually having a cut-off at 2 o'clock is a good idea.
I understand. It makes sense, doesn't it?
Okay. Yeah. So that's why I find people who can process caffeine quite weird. But what this study didn't take into account, again, people who have late-night coffees and also shift workers as well.
So, yes, of course.
You've got to be careful about that.
What about the weather, Nigat? Because at the moment it's just pouring with rain continuously and I feel like everybody's shoulders have sunk down a little bit and like nobody's as bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah, and this is actually a new term for me as well, meteorology.
Yeah.
To be fair, do you know, every day's a school day. Meteosensitivity is something I hadn't come across before until I looked at this, but it makes sense. I don't think it's just us being Brits, right? It's just the idea that when you're living in doom and gloom, obviously, it's going to affect our circadian rhythm, so our serotonin, our dopamine, our oxytocin. That's why we say get out in sunshine, but we've just been surrounded by so much doom and gloom.
What about those lamps? Do they work?
Yeah, so we know that already when we talked about a seasonal affective disorder. Light really does help with that. And again, it's trying to boost that serotonin and that dopamine. It does make sense, but we would need to do a bit more of a study into that, whether actually meteosensitivity is a thing or not. But I think it makes sense.
Something that is a thing is we know the benefits of exercise, but if you're having a little panic attack or you're struggling with something, then 10 star jumps actually might sort you out.
And a walk as well, because remember, if you're going to do exercise, what that's going to do is regulate you back again with your heart rhythm, because when we're having a panic attack, we're dysregulated, and what we want to do is regulate that breathing process back again. So they did a short exercise on only a small participant. We need to break this study out a bit bigger. But
there's a brilliant bit, isn't there, in the film that we were just talking about with Robert, where his character John gets really nervous and tense, and obviously that brings on a lot more tics, and he does his box breathing.
Yes.
He regulates his breathing and calms him down significantly.
Yeah, and exercise does that similarly as well. So it has to be intense for a short period to calm down the panic attack. They did it on about 120 individuals who suffer from this, and they've shown a little bit. We need to extrapolate this out into
a bigger study.
Bigger study. So a bit more understanding of how panic attacks happen and how we can manage them.
But no more studying today. She's off for birthday lunch.
Your husband is having a panic attack as we speak. Now he knows he's being judged on where he's taking you for lunch. It's lovely to see you.
Have a lovely birthday, my gorgeous.
Right, then earlier on, as I was just saying, we were talking with BAFTA nominee Robert Aramayo, but if there was a BAFTA for Best Performance by a pooch, Pop Idol Boris would definitely take home the trophy.
After impressing our judges last year, Pomeranian Boris beat hundreds of talented dogs to be declared our very first Pop Idol, winning a walk-on role in Coronation Street.
And on Friday night, Boris arrived for his big moments on the cobbles.
From the moment Boris entered the Pop Idol arena,
He's doing zoomies.
we knew he had flair, lots of energy, screen presence, but most of all,
He's so cute. Just look at his little face.
What are you looking at?
and after that sensational Pop Idol final where he proved he was in vogue with the judges, he was crowned the winner.
How do you feel?
I'm buzzing. His prize, a walk-on part on the world-famous cobbles in Coronation Street. And here we have Sue. How are you feeling? Are you nervous?
To actually be here now on Coronation Street, to see the set, to see the actual cobbles, and now to actually be walking on the cobbles is quite an achievement for Boris.
It's very exciting. Boris, how are you feeling? Are you nervous about the whole situation? Not at all. Not at all.
But enough chatting with me. Boris and Sue have been called to the set, where they meet Anne Lunt, who, in addition to training animals for ITV Productions, has been Coronation Street's animal trainer
Schmeichel!
for over 20 years.
Les and Scylla came through the ceiling. I was in the back with them, holding Schmeichel. Also, I was under the bus with Schmeichel when he was run over. I had to keep hold of his collar.
Schmeichel!
That was another good memory.
And this is our first time here on a big soap set. What advice could you give me?
All you need to do is relax, get him nice and steady, be nice and calm with him, because he feeds off you. Don't walk too fast, okay, and just enjoy it.
So first position's here for me, please.
Time to rehearse under the watchful eye of Tom Smith, the third assistant director who coordinates the supporting artists.
So can you see where their marks are?
Yes.
If you just walk straight up to the post box and then take a left for me there. Is that okay? Lovely. Now just listen out for action. Camera, so number ones. Action!
Oh, look at that. Cool, calm and collected. And Boris did brilliantly too.
I think you're a natural, aren't you, Boris? What about Sue? Sue's a natural as well, of course.
You're a good boy.
And Boris is making new friends everywhere on set.
Can I get a picture with him?
Of course you
Can I?
can.
Look at this teddy bear. Boris, one Pup Idol, and this is his treat, innit? He gets to be an extra on Corrie for today. And I'm in his scene.
Well, the rehearsals are over and it's time for Boris's Corrie debut.
Okay, Boris. You've got it, Boris.
Very excited, super excited.
Okay, turn over, please. Retake and action!
This, the actual scene from Friday night, also starring Harriet Bibby as Summer Spellman and Gareth Pearce as Todd Grimshaw. Oh yeah, we get that. And Jack Shepherd somewhere in the background.
Don't just walk off.
But the big question is, how was that for Sue and Boris?
I've just been on Coronation Street. Amazing. Absolutely wonderful. Very nervous. But once I started walking and I knew that I was going up to the post box around the corner, it was fine. Yeah, really good. He was an absolute superstar, like he always is. Yeah, really good.
Oh, I'm so pleased it went well. And whilst I'm a bit gutted, I'm no longer Boris's favourite Coronation Street character. I'm not surprised it was a big hit on set.
So Jack P. Shepherd made a real fuss of him on the way out. Absolutely loved him to bits, and I think Boris loved him equally the same with the licks he was giving in.
Tough competition there, Anne.
And Simon Gregson, on the way out, he also made a big fuss of him. But I think all the way through, all the cast have come over and they all know Boris now.
If you think of the legendary names that have walked these cobbles, Ken, Rita, Deirdre, to name but a few. But now we have two to add to that very special list. Sue and Boris.
That was magical. Congratulations. Well done, Boris.
Yeah.
And well done, Sue.
Thank you.
What a day.
Amazing day.
Was it incredible?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Yeah, I wasn't quite too sure what to expect because watching Corrie all the time and then actually going and being on the cobbles.
But you weren't expecting to actually be in it either, were you? You thought it was just going to be Boris.
It was a bit of a shock, a surprise.
Yes,
I thought it was just going to be Boris with another actor. And then when they asked me as well, yeah, wasn't expecting it at all.
There's a little bit of ADR in there, though, isn't there? Because the bark, as he goes past Todd, that's not...
No,
what
Boris is a
happened?
good boy. He didn't bark. It
He
was
doesn't
another
bark.
dog. No.
So I don't know who it was, and I didn't even hear the bark until I watched it back.
That's brilliant. The magic of the movies.
I'm in love with him, but Jack P. Shepherd was as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Well, most of them were, to be honest. He's had so much fuss made over him. And, of course, when we were in Oxford and we were doing the auditions, Coulson took quite a shine to him as well.
Of course. They all did.
Yeah.
And what about the future, then, for Boris? Because it feels like this is just the start of something, Sue.
Well, I've been talking to a couple of people about getting an agent for him.
An agent, yes.
People are now coming to me and saying, we think we want him to do more. We want him in shows. We want maybe advertising. So I'm hoping this is the start of Boris's future.
Well, we are thrilled that he won Pop Idol. He's clearly a superstar, isn't he?
Oh, he's just a heartbreaker. That's the thing. He's just... Was he a good boy the whole time?
The whole time.
He's only ever a good boy.
The whole time.
He's only ever... Aren't you? You're only ever a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes. Yes, you are.
Takes it all in his stride.
If only my children had been trained as well as him. Jan Leeming would be thrilled. Thank you, Sue, for coming in. And thank you, Boris, as well, for doing us proud. We're very, very proud of what you managed to achieve. Just amazing.
You can smell treats in my pocket.
There you go. Thank you, Sue. After the break, does cutting your hair more often really make it grow? Beauty expert Keeks Reid is putting hair hacks to the test next.
And it's the battle dividing the nation. Are you sick of having cushion wars with your partner? We're discussing that with Giles and Camilla after the break.
Thanks.
Next, Jen shares the secret to an emergency body makeover.
Car insurance with Go.Compare sponsors This Morning.
Hello.